Hey dumplies, it's Dave Decide. Today I want to get into people believing V and Jennie were in New York at a club together and Blackpink members getting stalked. I also want to talk about Jimin getting more explicit. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab it, dumplings, he's spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that we need to talk about is Jimin getting more explicit. But I need to give some backstory on this here. As we know, within the last month, Jungkook announced that he will be releasing a photo folio, and following that was the announcement that all the members will likely have one. And this is just a photo book, not really music related, but each member will embody a specific theme, concept, and new looks that I imagine they have a lot of creative control over. Jungkook went with this vampire theme, and he had red eyes, smudged lipstick, which was supposed to represent him being done drinking some blood, but it kind of just looked like he was kissing someone. But he did a lot of research on this. I think he was inspired by Twilight and stuff. He mentioned in the behind the scenes that vampires with yellow eyes don't drink blood, while the red ones do. So this shows how much effort he put into the concept, and it wasn't just something that he just pulled out of his butt. Like if I was a teacher telling him to come up with a concept and he pulled it together right before the teacher collected the homework. He didn't do that. So of course, this sets the precedent that the other members will have something amazing and well thought out as well. RM went next, and his photo folio was also amazing. It was a surreal vibe and very dreamlike. It was beautiful and kind of creepy. It was very artistic, definitely my favorite so far, and it seemed like a lot of people already got some of these books in the mail. I didn't expect them to come so fast, but at the end of RM's book, they teased who will come next, and it seems like Jimin is actually next. The end of the book previewed what we might see of Jimin, and that includes a picture of his backside, which some people predicted the front side of him would be entirely naked. But then we also saw a tattoo that seemed very new. I say this because people were comparing some of the newer moments that have been of Jimin, like during the J-Hope concert, that this tattoo was not visible. So either he was hiding it to save it for this photo folio, or he just didn't get it yet, or it's fake. The tattoo reads Tailor of Chaos, and everyone blew up Google when they saw it to see what it meant. And Tailor can often refer to as a creator, and Chaos is the name of one of the Greek gods that was present during the time of creation. This is likely what it could mean, as the boys are into Greek mythology. Jimin, during a previous interview with Weverse, talked about how he wanted to show a more raw side of himself, and used the word explicit to describe what he would like to show more of. Of course, this could mean more shirtless pics or moments, but also more moments where he can show more of his interest, like if he is interested in Greek mythology, and take an inspiration from that into his work, and take more inspiration from that into his work. So we might actually be able to see more shirtless moments, perhaps. I cannot confirm, but maybe. And maybe we might be able to see more of his personality that he cannot normally show. With music and art, you can't show a large percentage of yourself. If you're doing a song or a concept about a breakup, you're known as someone who is sad, makes sad music. But in real life, you could be happy, you could be mean, you could be so many different things. But as the audience and people, we find it easier to accept a celebrity when we know exactly what they are and what specific emotion they are typically. It's easy to look at BTS from Dynamite and be like, this is just a simple pop band that dances. And America wants to believe that, which is one of the reasons Dynamite got so big. It was just easier for people to swallow. But I'm excited to see that the boys and Jimin are expanding this ideology and showing that a celebrity can have various interests and be a fully rounded person. And I think we will be surprised to see how Jimin might choose to represent himself in a more raw way. Of course, now there's going to be some stalkers that feel like they really know Jimin well. There have been some stalkers allegedly in New York. So Blackpink headed to New York right around the time it was reported that Taeyang was heading to New York. This was amidst the biggest dating rumor that had ever happened, and people thought it was weird that Taeyang and Jennie would be in the same place. Around this time, the original hacker or editor who had claimed that the photos of V and Jennie are dating are real mentioned that they will only be uploading those 3 photos that we saw, and then everything else that comes out is not from them. However, more pictures did come out, and the original hacker or editor kind of denied that the new pictures were real. However, it was interesting because a new alleged hacker showed their screen and showed that they got into a folder with a bunch of V and Jennie pictures. They leaked a picture where it appeared V was kissing Jennie, but it was so blurry. The most shocking picture was actually this picture of Jisoo and Lisa taking a selfie, because people were initially thinking if the selfie was real and they couldn't find the originals of that was used to edit this selfie, and apparently it was believed that Jisoo was never seen publicly before in that outfit. I have no idea, I haven't sat here and gone through all of her public outfits since debut, but it did bring that into question of if this photo is real, what else is real? But people assumed that it was likely just just photoshopped to kind of throw us off and believe that everything else is real also. However, some paparazzi or fans had spotted Jisoo in New York, and she was wearing the same outfit as the selfie with Lisa, which made people very concerned. Obviously, we can't speak about the fact that just because the Lisa and Jisoo selfie could possibly be real, it doesn't mean that the other photos the alleged hacker posted was real. But it does raise a big concern over the fact that maybe the members' phones are actually being hacked, or at least their iCloud is. The concern is very concerning because idols have more personal information than most of us do. Given how busy they are, a lot of their personal information could be on their phones, emails, texts, and just things like that. If you can access their cloud, which has most of that backed up, you can definitely leak that information if you want to. But I would say if you're upset, keep calm. If this was a real issue and YG saw this and was like, oh, that's a real photo, then the labels are likely doing something behind the scenes to try to fix this. Legally, while things are in motion, you are advised not to talk about it, mainly because if you announce that action is being taken, the alleged hacker could just move out of the country or something and won't be caught. So if it's real, accept that it's being handled quietly, and if it's not real, then there's no real concern. It's just photoshopped images. And maybe they just got Jisoo's outfit while they stalked her in New York and then photoshopped the selfie before the news posted the Jisoo photos we see today. V actually posted on Instagram and posted several of the pictures he took while in New York, so several of the events he was at, and some of them included a water boat thing or just him by the riverside. Also a picture of what appeared like a rooftop bar. People compared that Jennie had also posted the same photos in the same area, and that means that the two were in New York on a date. Likely no, because I think someone on the street would have been able to see them together, or someone on social media would have posted about it. But no one posted anything about V and Jennie in New York. The riverside photos do appear that the two were in a similar place. It was believed V and Jennie appeared at New York Waterway Ferry. This is the ferry connecting New York and New Jersey, and they both posted a sunset picture. V appeared to post a picture inside the boat looking out the window, and Jennie posted one where she was in the front of the boat. Now, it is possible they were both together in that moment on the boat. I mean, maybe, but that doesn't mean that they were dating. We already know that V and Lisa are friends, and Lisa was also in New York, and I want to get more into that a bit. But this ferry is one of the most famous ferries in New York. So if you are in the city and you have to take this trip, it's not the most amazing or romantic at all, I promise you. It's just the easiest way to get to New Jersey or New York. So if they happen to be needing to take this trip, you can expect that they would use the same ferry. Does that mean they were both together? I don't think so. But also to clarify, they can be together, but it doesn't mean dating. V also posted a photo of him at a jazz club, and it was believed that Blackpink's choreographer, Kale Tootin, posted at a jazz club as well. And rumors were V and Jennie were together with the choreographer and they were together on a date. But this is where I feel like most people are just grasping at straws, because you can see from the photo the choreographer posted, it was a completely different club. They even tagged the club. They were not together at all for this event. People were initially worried about Taeyang's safety and if he was going to be okay going to these places, because people were trying to find out if he was with Jennie. But the truth of the matter is he likely wasn't with Jennie and was okay. This is just very likely one of the reasons HYBE does not address this, because it's just assumed. But what do you think of this? How do you feel about the jazz club photos and footage? Do you think they were together? Do you think Taeyang should be scared for his safety? And how do you feel about Jimin getting more quote-unquote explicit? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.